Hello there, everybody. It's Kimmy and Nate, and we're here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the LeBry National Convention, and just wanted to bring you some of the excitement that's been going on and share a little bit about what's been happening.
Been a big day.
It has been a very big day. I'm tired.
Like the new shirt?
It's wonderful. I think it's a great color on you. I think it's a really great color. Um, get a little bit of LeBry merch,
Mhm.
so Nate could feel like part of the team because he is. And we brought all of his podcast equipment. Um, so we thought we'd use it since we tried so hard to get it to work last night, and it just was not working in our favor.
Well, it works, and it works just fine. The thing is that, your leader, Amy,
Ooh, calling her
I
out.
am calling her out. She said, "Yeah, we're gonna go live tonight," to all of her team, and I'm like, "Stop saying live because 'cause you're kinda raising the bar a little bit."
Yep, but it's good. I'm glad she did that. I'm in support of that because you investigated and figured it out, didn't you?
I made it so that we are able to go live.
I love that.
We're not live right now. We are recording this in our hotel room, believe it or not. But, couple of things, the couple of reasons why I chose to do this is because I'm starting a new business for local businesses to be able to have conversations like this one instead of trying to read a teleprompter into a camera because most business owners don't have that kind of experience. So that was part of that is this setup is intended to be mobile and it certainly is. We got it all the way to Milwaukee.
I love it.
We got it set up in a pretty small footprint, and we're doing exactly the type of thing that my new business is going to be providing as a service.
And it's already proven to be it's already you're so much part of the team already. You've just you didn't just come along with me to Milwaukee, but you registered actually. Shout out to the men. Um, it's wonderful that you've come not only to be supportive, to be there in the good times, but you're here in the trenches with me, learning, going to the breakout sessions that are being offered to learn how I can, the things that I can do to build a successful Abri business. And it kind of doubles what I get to learn because you're going to be at the ones that I'm not taking. And that just helps us work together as a team. And your video background is very, very helpful because it's wonderful to be able to reach out on social media to be able to have a presence there as well because I don't get to talk to everybody in their living room every day like I would really, really like to do. So thank you, Nate, for being here and being a good example. Not all men can do that. Um, and so I'm very grateful that you're not only able, but that you're willing to be here and just jump in with me, which is really kind of fun. We've had a very full day already, but let's really get down to business right now. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about. So, um, Labri is a skincare company that is Aloe First, founded by Brian and Linda Kaminsky, um, due to a foundry accident that Brian had where he burnt over 60% of his body. And the one thing that was the thing that helped him heal was that his wife Linda found was aloe. And um, I love that she turned what began as caring for her husband into her passion and just being able to use that product to build a successful business on. So that's very exciting. So, so it's exciting to be here and to learn from them and to learn from the other leaders at Labri uh, about Aloe First products, not just skincare, but there's body care and hair care and men's care and baby care and so much to this company. And I just feel like after listening to a little bit about what Amy shared, that there's some big things happening in the company, and we're going to be right here firsthand getting it from the source, and then we're going to be able to share with everybody. And I just can't wait.
one thing that I was surprised by, but excited about at the same time, I think that we really don't kick off until tomorrow morning
That is correct. This was
because
yeah.
we were expecting a general session today, and
Yep.
that didn't happen. Instead, this afternoon, kind of the early bird special, if you will,
Yeah,
because we each went to a breakout
we
session
did.
as our first session instead of having everybody get together, have the welcome, because I think that's happening tomorrow morning. Now, my breakout session was about email marketing and how to provide service through emails, not just trying to sell something every time that you're trying to send an email out, but to provide value with your emails as well as helping people lean toward a particular product that would help them with a problem. But I'll get into that and more of my notes later on. I want to hear about what breakout session that you went to and what were some of the highlights of that.
So the name of my session this evening, I was expecting a general session too, but you are right. Um, Conference officially kicks off tomorrow morning, so it's going to be a really big day tomorrow. But I hope to be able to just kind of touch base after each session, general session, and then our break. We have one breakout tomorrow that we'll both get to go to, and so that will be fun. And then you actually tomorrow have your breakout is with Brian,
Mhm.
and it's called the Support Squad. So that I'll be very excited to hear about that. But how to never run out of parties, and that was my breakout session that I went to, and it was wonderful, and uh, really good for me as a consultant. It's not something that a customer is going to be interested in, but it's wonderful. And if I'm serious, which I am, about building a team, this is it was the perfect beginning, um, perfect breakout for me to go to first, to just because it took me back to some basics. And yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit too. So I think our format tomorrow is going to be general session. We have lunch and then another general session and then a breakout. And so it's kind of been fun because they offered um, I'm not sure exactly how many, 6 or 7,
Five different breakout
5
sessions.
different
Yep.
breakouts. So between us, we're gonna actually get all of them,
Mhm.
which is fun. So, it's wonderful to be able to do that, and that means I'm coming back home at the end of July to hit the ground running to just blast into August, and I cannot wait.
So, my breakout session today was email marketing, and it was presented by Lauren Hodge, and she has quite the resume because she has done um, email marketing. Her client list on the bottom of her website because I took my computer with me to take notes
Of course you
and
did.
I saw her website up on the presentation page, and so I kind of took a sneak peek.
Of course you did.
And she has done she has clients such as Mac Powell and Lauren Daigle and other Christian artists that we're familiar with, as well as other companies that she's done business with. And so her resume was pretty long, and rather there's a lot of big names that she has helped to continue growing in their businesses. So I was already interested because that resume spoke, but also what she presented. I've got 2 pages of outline here, and
Maybe
just
can you condense it just a little bit? We give a little bit of
I'll give a few
just give
highlights.
me some highlights that we can share with other people on our team, just so we kind of know. I'm sure the other ladies are going to perhaps have this session that they chose as well. But if it's one person coming and you have 3 breakouts, it's possible that we would miss one. So why don't you share a little bit about what you learned in your session?
Well, the first question that she really um, addressed was, why does email matter? Because um, it works differently than social media. You work a lot on social media, and um, and you do a lot of this type of information on that. But what email marketing does is different because it's a direct line. Because social media really is a rented platform.
Sure.
And so you're always stuck with the algorithm problem. Is anything that you're actually presenting that you spend a lot of time trying to put together, is it getting to anybody? And so
It's easy to wonder that when you're on social media.
sure.
Like, did Facebook choose to show my post to anybody? Did anybody see it? Did they miss it because I posted something about the grandsons right afterwards? So, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think she said that only 10% of what you post actually gets to where you wanted it to go, as opposed to having direct access to an email address. And we'll get into that in a minute. Uh, really is a more of a direct line because people know you and you have their address. And so more of that is going to get read than the post that you do on social media.
If
Um,
people read their emails.
uh, great. That's a great segue because she actually went into what what types of emails get read. Uh, and I won't get into all of that. What type of email should you be sending? Um, and one thing that I put in bold is that your audience determines your content, not what you want to say, but what your audience wants to hear. What problem are you solving for them? What topic is interesting to them? And she showed some of her own examples as to how to pull the reader into an email so that they're more likely to read it and more likely to actually um, act on your call to action. So there's a lot of great stuff that I'm really excited to share with you after we get off the podcast. But just to let you know that Lauren Hodge on and I'll even plug her, thelaurenhodge.com. Uh, she the first thing that she really did was I've got I forget what she called it. But she had a checklist or a cheat sheet, she called it. She had a cheat sheet for email marketing. Okay. And she put up a QR code. And that QR code took you to a place where you'd put in your name and your email address so that you could get this cheat sheet. Well, she just got my email.
Oh, very good.
Okay. And so she utilized the tools that she was teaching in order to get her email list that much larger. And so it's examples like that that helped me to understand that um, someone like her is one very good at not only creating the emails but also growing your email list. And she said this, and I'll leave it with this one. If you can grow your email list by 2 to 3 people per week,
Oh, okay. Not
okay?
20 or 30.
No, but if you can grow your email list by 2 to 3 people per week, that's between 100 and 150 per year. If you take that times 50 weeks in a year, and if you can grow your email list by that and have and I'm putting this out there 'cause I'm just thinking math wise, if only 50% of them reply back to emails that you send so that your emails hit their primary inbox instead of their promotional inbox, well, then you've grown your business by 25 to 50 people in that year that not only are interested in what you have to say, they're waiting for what you have to say.
Mm, okay.
So that was there was just some highlights, and there's a lot more information that I got from Lauren that I'm really excited to share with you. But those are the kind of things that you're going to learn at conference if you come and if you're interested in growing not just a LeBron business, but any direct sales product type of business. I'm really excited to find out what we're going to learn tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I know Jonay, who is um our our she kind of is our sales and marketing. She's kind of our trainer, if you will. She often has mentioned about a QR code and how you could put that on a landing page. And by doing that, again, just like you were saying, people when they go to that QR code, it just prompts them to enter information. So an email's pretty I always laughed at an email being an important piece of information because I know so many people who, they have 1,000 emails on their phone that they've never even checked. So I shouldn't think that way. That is something I should change the way that I'm thinking people who because people do read their emails. So it sounds as though that's not only a wonderful breakout session and something that will help me grow the business, um, but it'll be beneficial because the more people who can hear about what LeBri can do for them, the better. That just is better. So the more people we can share aloe with, the better. So I guess that's kind of fun. Shall I share a little bit about what I learned in my breakout, or is there more that you'd like to share?
No, please do.
So I'm just a little embarrassed. I only wrote down the first name of my presenter, but I wrote down the team that she is on, and her name was Jody, and she was wonderful, and she really just opened up, of course, with just asking us, what is a party? And a party is when you gather people, and it doesn't matter whether it's in person or um, online on Facebook or per, we have texting parties now, and so there's this. It just opens up the door. However, you can gather people. You probably could do an email party because if you can send out an email and they can respond, then there you go. So that was really wonderful. And then after we kind of talked about that, she asked, "And um, how do you do one?" Like, what kind of party do you do? What do you do? And I just loved it because she kept coming back and just saying, Anything. You can do a party for anything. You can do skincare or spa, or you could do men's products. You could do a customer appreciation, which is coming up in August. That's what I'm going to choose to base my August calendar around. But it was a wonderful session, just really talking about that we complicate things so much sometimes, and we overthink, and like, take out the calendar, find the dates that you can have a party, and be realistic, because I would love to say I'm going to do 4 parties a month, and it's doable for me, but it's not reality because life happens. I work a full-time job and I watch my grandson. So saying that I can spend, that's probably not going to happen. But if you can choose 2 days in a month to plan a party, whatever kind of party that you want to have, and to just not complicate it. And she really, after you've chosen your dates and you've chosen your host, how are you going to find a host? You're going to ask everyone. You're going to ask everyone, and that really kind of opened up my brain, because I know for me, I spend a lot of time thinking about how I'm going to think about thinking about talking to somebody. Like, I love our products, and it's easy for me to talk in passing. But now, when you're talk to them about inviting them to host, just be a hostess. I know that LeBri treats hostesses really, really well. They have they set up product credit when you're doing sales and bringing in new customers for your consultant. They set you up for that, and consultants often give a host gift. So when I think about that in my brain, I sure do think about it, and then I think about thinking about it. And again, I've spent 2 weeks thinking about talking to somebody. I haven't talked to anybody. So you just have to talk to everybody. And that means everybody. And I've said it before, that we forget that we just don't have the right to think we know people, because just like I know I'm very open, I share a lot of things. I I try very hard to be very transparent. But that doesn't mean that I share everything about everything. So I have to believe that that is true about other people. And so the 3 things that she really encouraged us is that there are 3 opportunities with LeBri. And I will tell you that I have always thought about them in the wrong order. The first, I always used to say, there's there's customers. We all want, we can shop. That's an opportunity with LeBri. You can shop. You can be a customer. And as a consultant, we love customers. But that should be my third choice of cookie. my first choice of cookie should always be offering the opportunity of becoming a consultant because I should not prejudge. That's not fair. And who knew that when I was given a coffee mug full of Labri samples, when I was perfectly happy with the skincare I had, who would have thunk I would have tried it and fallen in love with it and then couldn't not share? Like and if somebody would have thought, well, I'm not gonna ask about that. Amy asked me, well, maybe you should join. So I love that the three opportunities are you have an opportunity to become a consultant. You can join LeBri, join the family. You should come along and have fun because it's fun. You can host as host a party, and you can host a Facebook party. You can host a texting party. We need hosts for in-home parties. All of that. So I think it was fun. As I'm just looking over my notes, the biggest thing I wrote in bold was to don't overwhelm yourself because that will overwhelm anybody in your party. If we can't give too much information. I mean, we do often give too much information and it's overwhelming. And so, and it's for me, like I ask, so if you're doing a skincare party in an in-home party, like what should you take with you? Like what products should you take with you? And
It's funny, I'm gonna interrupt on this because we had a funny conversation at dinner with the leadership, and, um, Amy and Kim were talking, and the basic gist of the conclusion was you shouldn't have to back a truck up into your hostess's house in order to take the product in that you're gonna share with these people, for 2 reasons. 1, it's just too much stuff for you, and 2, if someone was looking for an opportunity to make money and saw that you had to
back up a truck
back up a
to
truck to g
unload out. Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, wow, this is gonna be way too hard for me to try to do."
And it's so, so true. So I think the session was really, really wonderful for me. And it really just made me chuckle at myself because if I'm going to do a skincare party, maybe I should take skincare products and not feel the need to take all of our wonderful products. Because it is a lot to carry and it is overwhelming and what it really does is confuse your guests like it's confusing to have so much there so
So let me ask you this then. So when you have a party, it's not necessary to show the entire repertoire of Labri products. You can actually focus on specific needs that are met for one party. Is that the gist of what the whole thing was about?
absolutely absolutely because that's all you need as a consultant my goal is for your skin to experience our product. I don't have to do anything. I just want you to experience it. And it doesn't really matter if it's skincare or body butter, a hair product, a facial peel on the back of your hand. I just need for you to experience a product. And I'm speaking to myself. I'm just I'm embarrassed, but I'm excited because it was a great oh moment for me. So that it's wonderful to spend we spent an hour, just a little less than an hour, listening to somebody who is very successful at having a business, explaining and talking about email and the success that it can have in a business. And I spent less than an hour listening to someone who's very experienced in doing parties and is successful at it and knows all about it and how the important things to remember in doing that. So I I love that this company cares enough about helping us succeed because that's not every company. And so we get to come and tonight we enjoyed a beautiful day. We walked around the city, had a fun lunch at the market and enjoyed a breakout session, learning something that will carry us for months and years to come. And then we enjoyed a really, really wonderful time. Nate was saying that he was so angry because our conversation for like the first half an hour, 45 minutes of dinner, just us three gals, us four gals, were sitting around, Amy and Linnell and Cindy and I, just chit chatting about skincare and each other and levels of consultant and just sharing that information and just that it would have.
It wasn't just that, it was the fact that each one of you is talking about different skin conditions that either they had or their customers have had, and what products that you were suggesting in order to try to relieve the symptoms from those particular skin conditions. And I'm like, where's my camera? Where's the microphones? Because these are the type of nuggets that you right now you really only get at conference or when you're with your leadership, and you really need to get around these people because they really want to share what they know so that you can be successful too. And that was, like I said, that was exciting to hear. But as a content creator, I'm like, oh, stop talking, because I don't want you to talk anymore until we're able to get it on camera.
We came back to the room and I asked Nate about his session and he started talking to me about it. I went, no, just wait. Wait till we get behind the microphones and then you can tell me about your session because I really haven't heard about it and I really wanted to know about it. But it's you want to share and we know that we wanted to share what it was that we had learned. And I think that it will be exciting for the rest of the next couple days are going to be big and life changing if we allow them to be. So I don't. Is there other things that we need to share other than be sure to stick around and wait to see what happens in the next.
I'm hoping that you have questions. I really do. I'm hoping that um, your customers or people that have been leaning toward, hey, what's this about being a consultant, or even just hosting a party. I'm hoping that um, they will respond or DM you or let you know, hey, tell me more about this email marketing because I like the products and I'd love to share about them, or tell me more about having a party, okay, and hosting a party because you talked about. I was like, I have no idea what a texting party would even look like,
Hmm.
and so that's exciting to hear about,
Hmm.
and just bringing your friends and people that you know together to learn about something that we hope that you have tried, and if you haven't, ask Kimmy about samples because she'd be happy to send you
Yeah,
samples
I
of any of the
would. I
products.
absolutely would.
And once you get an idea of how good these products are, just one product that you can experience, and you're going to go, oh, okay, so tell me more. And maybe I'd like to share this with 3, 4, 6 people that I know. And Kimmy really will do all the work. All you have to do is really kind of give her the list of names of people that you'd like to share it with, and she'd be happy to do that. So get a hold of Kimmy, DM her, or you can get a hold of her. We'll at her website, labri.com/slash Kimmy Martin. And yeah, it's just what was really exciting to me is the caliber of presenter that we started with on the night before it really gets started.
Mhm. It's kind of pregame.
It really is pregame, and if
Yeah.
that's the pregame,
Yeah.
then to see what the main event feature is going to be, it is really exciting to me. So that's what I'm getting out of just this first day, and I hope you stick around and listen for more nuggets of what we're able to share with you later on.
I think for me, it is wonderful to have the kind of leadership um, from the top down. Brian and Linda, our co-founders, are not, and I've said it before, but it's worth saying again that they're not the kind of leaders who started a business and now sit at home comfortable. They show up and they're part of the planning. They're part of the day to day business still, and they will be here at convention and they will laugh with us and they will. they've already been here this morning teaching our executive managers and above, and I love that. And that care, that compassion, that love for aloe kind of it trickles down. And I have Amy, who is my direct above me. She sponsored me into I guess we say sponsored. I it's not really a
It is what it
sponsor,
is. If you
but it
if
I
you
don't
don't
know if
recognize what direct sales
yeah. So
or
I
MLM is,
signed up
yeah.
under Amy, and to sit with her, and to even tonight, just that little bit of time, you saw what came out of it, just her being there and asking us questions, and prompting us to listen to the things that we are saying, and to encourage that conversation and to share from her knowledge and her life and all that's going on. I that It's so good to have that sort of thing, and I often that's one of the things I really love about this business, is that it allows me to spend time with other women, to gather with them, and to talk with them, and to see where they're at, and to let them know that I care. Like, I see them, I hear them, and that they matter. And I love being able to share products that enhance their life, whether it be skincare or body care. And I get that from hanging around people like Amy, people like Jonay, listening to their teaching, people like Brian and Linda, who care enough about their business to bring other people alongside to help us really rise together. So I think that's really, really exciting, and I cannot even wait for what's going to happen the next couple days. So I guess until we say aloe there again, this is Kimmy signing off, saying have a great night.
We'll see you next time.